So as we talked about, folks, in last week's short, it's Lent. It's time for fish. Tune in. Today we're going to have fresh fish tacos with sriracha. It's a smash up of flavors. Stay tuned. Step one, prepare the fish. All right, now we want to use a good quality whitefish, so I'm choosing cod for this because it's not going to be your average fish stick in the middle of this taco. All you want to do is get a small piece, cut nice long strips, cut them in half. We call them goujonettes. 1 or 2 of those per street taco, and you have yourself a beautiful meal. Okay, now we're going to bread the fish. You see I'm wearing gloves because I don't like breadcrumb mittens. Very easy to do though. You just take your fish. There's 3 steps. There's flour, in my case, Wondra. There's whipped egg, and there's breadcrumbs. So all we want to do, one hand wet, one hand dry. So the dry hand, we will take in the Wondra. The wet hand, we drop it in there. Right? Make sure it's nice and covered. Back to the dry hand. And repeat. So we're going to turn our oil on, get it good and hot, 375. We'll show you how to test it. We'll get frying. All right, get your oil good and hot again, 375. You want to check it by just get your hand a little wet and throw it in here. You'll see it spit a little bit. It's almost ready. If you have a thermometer, even better, 375 consistent temperature. Now we'll take our big pieces of cod. We're going to put them in the oil. Again, always away from ourselves. You don't want to overload your fryer. So probably do half of them. Let them get crisp up, finish them, and then we'll get on to the rest of the dish. All right, you see this fish is now a nice golden brown. Now, if you watched our short last week, I showed you how to use this cardboard box that you get with beverages, water, soda, whatever. Line it with paper towel, and it's a perfect way to fry anything and not make a mess and pad dry. So if you like what you're seeing on our shorts and our show, please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell so you get notifications of each episode we send. Now, a key is that we fried these first because they're not cooked all the way through. They're probably still a little bit raw inside, and we're gonna let it sit there while we prepare the rest of the dish, the slaw, and the rest of the garnishes. And by that time, it'll be perfectly cooked, not overcooked, and perfect for your table. So here's why we let that fish rest. You break it open after it's rested a little bit. It's still hot and steamy, but it's perfectly cooked, moist, delicious, not overcooked, just perfect. All right, while the rest of the fish is frying and resting, we're gonna move on to step 2. Prepare the sriracha lime slaw. What I take here is a head of Napa cabbage and just julienne it up. Nothing overly fancy. And the reason we're doing this after we fried the fish is we want it to be nice and crisp and delicious. So it adds a freshness to the dish. Now we're gonna add that Napa cabbage right to a bowl. Make sure it's big enough that you can stir it around. We're gonna add to it about a cup of mayonnaise. And we're gonna add sriracha to your liking. However hot you want it, add more. If you don't want it as hot, you want it more creamy, add less. So I'm gonna add about, 2 tablespoons, maybe 3, because I like it hot. And then the juice of a half of a lime. Squeeze it in there. And we're just gonna toss that around with a kitchen fork. You don't want it too sloppy, too wet, right? You want it kind of dry. Perfect. Step 3, it's time to plate. So what we do is we have these pre-bought flour street-style tacos, or flour tortillas. What that means is street style, they're smaller, so they're just 2 or 3 bites, and it's gonna be perfect for your family. A lot of fun. They can build their own and put whatever really they want in them. So for ours today, we're gonna start off with a little bit of the sriracha slaw, right down the middle. You don't want to overload it. And again, it's kind of fun to let the family build their own. That way they can't complain about it. Step 2, we're going to add a beautiful piece of the fried cod right down the middle. Then we're going to garnish it. For my preference, I'm going to take a little bit of fresh cilantro, put it in there. Some julienne bell peppers, put it in there. A little bit of julienne red onion. How's that look? Fresh and beautiful? telling you, it's perfect for your Lenten supper, lunch, dinner, whatever. And then a little bit of fresh cojita cheese crumbled on top. Fold those bad boys around. Put them in a nice decorative dish. And then if you're inclined to like it a little bit hotter like I am, just a little bit more hot sauce on top. So there it is, folks. A perfect dish for the family in less than 5 minutes. Quick, easy, delicious, perfect for your Lenten table, and perfect for your table. This has been Chef Mike with From the Tide to Your Table. Stay safe out there, practice catch and release or selective harvest. We'll see you in the water soon.